Ojibwe University Extension Office. Good morning, Amber. How are you?
Good morning, Mark, and all the WOJB listeners and those streaming. So, yeah, it's really a great day over here at LCO Ojibwe University.
Very cool. So we always have all these different classes that happen throughout the week, and we'll talk about those and what's happening with those. But there was a couple of ones that I noticed that you have some certificate programs, and one of them is in road construction. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's something we have offered for probably the last 5 years, and it is through funding with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. We work with the Tribal Labor Advisory Committee just to have feedback as far as what our curriculum should be, what's out there in the industry right now. That is a 10 credit certificate. And so students actually leave that program ready to be employed in the industry as a general level laborer or a flagger. We've had students leave the program and be hired by area highway departments, by other Monarch Paving, Northwoods Paving. A really great program to get into, to get your foot in the door. And then maybe you want to go on to be an equipment operator. It's a really great program to take advantage of because there are scholarships available. So the student ends
Yeah.
up paying zero, for the
Wow.
program.
Yeah. And deadline for signing up is when?
So the deadline for signing up for that is February 10th. And then
Okay.
classes start on the 14th. So we have a great hearty Valentine's Day start for that program.
Yes. And how long do the classes last? And how many days or weeks are they spread out over a certain number of days, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's about a 6 week program. The classes usually range from a 3 hour session to kind of a full day 8 hour session. So those are all planned. So if they're interested, they can look at that schedule now.
Okay.
We've had people that are coming, are working elsewhere, but they do fit it in the schedule. There are some programs that are virtual, so they could Zoom from home, anywhere that they have a
Oh.
good Wi-Fi connection. And then
Hmm.
there's some that are hands-on.
Okay. And are there any sort of requirements for the attendees?
Yeah, great question. So we do ask the attendees, so they have to be 18 years and old, or 18 years of age or older. They do have to have a high school diploma or GED. If they don't, we can kind of concurrently work with our GED program here at the university to get them on that path, so they could do that at the same time. They also have to be able to pass a alcohol and drug screen, which
Okay.
would include marijuana. So just to make sure that would be, not in their system. They
Right.
also have to have a reading level and math level of 6th grade. And we do just a small assessment. It's just it usually takes about a half hour to kind of go through that. Do an interview with them just to make sure that, this is something that they want to do. It's a great career path. But again, just like anything out there, it has its pros and cons. And so, really understanding what the industry is like, the seasonality of it, the long hours, all
Right.
the
Yeah.
weather conditions, and
Hmm.
just really having a really good understanding of this is what you're going to be getting into. But again, then all of
Yeah.
the benefits that come along with it too.
Yeah. This isn't a cushy desk job behind a desk. It's outdoor work and in some cases pretty manual labor.
Right, and you don't realize it, but those paving trains can do miles every day, and you're walking that. You're
Yeah.
keeping people safe. It's there's a lot to it, and yeah, the physical piece of that is important as well.
Yeah. So again, we're talking about the road construction certificate program that's being offered at the LCO Ojibwe University Extension. You can get a hold of Callie, and she's at extension 137. I guess the number would be 715-634-4790, extension 137, and apply by February 10th. And this is really timed just right because by the time they get out of class, they got construction people looking for people who are trained in this and has that certification.
Exactly. So those road bans come off. I mean, hopefully with the weather, we'll see those road bans come off sometime in April.
Yeah.
And then the those companies are going to be ready to start in. So it's very timely. We kind of do that intentionally, and because again, going through a program like that, you want to just get into it right away. And so hopefully we'll have students that'll really take advantage of this program.
You're going to have a skidster class. I'd really like to learn how to be certified in a skidster.
Okay, that is something we can look into for you, Mark. Yes.
Well, thinking of spring, we have another program called Grow Ojibwe, a virtual agricultural program for youth ages 12 to 17. Talk about that.
Oh, this is really exciting program and a way for us to involve youth in the community. The great thing about it is that it is virtual. We are hoping in the summer to have a kind of gathering in person. But for this program, again, no attendance at campus. We are looking for upwards of 50 youth to participate. So
wow,
we have capacity for a large number of youth. The youth will meet, you can see the dates here. There's 4 evening sessions on Zoom. There is just a great curriculum base that Laura Merchant, our university farm manager, has put together really to go through understanding, where your food comes from, how you want to, how to grow your own food, why that's important. Looking at all the kind of aspects of pros and cons of industrial agriculture, but looking at, historically, how our ancestors, grew their own food, harvested,
right.
How to cook. A lot of times now, that's a skill that's been kind of lost. And so how do we go back to those things? So we've also partnered with Glyphwick, and all the students will receive one of their Wisanada Let's Eat cookbooks. We're going to hopefully have them be able to cook some things during the program. So just really excited. And again, timely, preparing them for spring. And the students also then receive either a raised bed garden or a hydroponic growing kit that they'll have to use at their home.
Yeah, I was going to say half of it's on Zoom, but the other half is in their home.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they'll be doing stuff right along with
actual garden to work with there.
Yeah, and that's really great. And one of the things that we've been able to offer because of a grant we received from the Native American Agriculture Fund, or NAF, that is providing the funding for those supplies. So again, that's 50 youth. We're really hoping that we get a lot of applicants. Right now, there is still room in the program. But really exciting time to learn about sustainable agriculture, indigenous life ways, looking at, again, food sovereignty, why it's important, all those kinds of aspects. So the youth are really going to have, it's a short time frame, but they're really going to learn a lot.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the Grow Ojibwe program, agricultural program, ages youth 12 to 17. Registration deadline is February 6th. And again, people can go to lco.edu/extension and see registration for Grow Ojibwe.
And Mark, another incentive with the program is that students that successfully complete it, they do receive a $100 stipend for participating. So again, just another thing that, is a great opportunity, and then something they could invest that back into seeds or something they want to do for their garden for this, later this spring and summer.
Sure. Very cool. Awesome. Good to see that. All right, let's get into the rest of the weekly or the daily extension calendar. I have up here we're just into the 26th and the 27th, so not much. A lot of stuff has already passed, but that'll happen again next week. But today is yoga and Tai Chi. Who's doing those yoga Tai Chi classes?
Yeah, so yoga is virtual. So our instructor is Christine Whitecloud. And that's a really awesome thing to do. And it's over the lunch hour. So we have a lot of participants that, again, take time out of their day, just kind of go through that, being able to relax, do some physical activity and participate in that. Tai Chi is with Mike Anderson, and he has been a Tai Chi instructor here with the university for many, many years. And again, just kind of goes at the pace of the participant. So that is in person, and that's 4 to 5 here at the main campus in the auditorium. And then for the first time we're offering it is Laura Merchant, our farm manager, has many skills, but she does do hoop dancing. So this evening will be the first hoop dance class that Extension has offered.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. I didn't see that ever offered before, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm just gonna scroll through here and find that. But people can go to your website, and I noticed there was a hyphen in this web address. It's lco.edu/LCOOU-extension, because I don't think the other one worked. But again, there's that beginner hoop dance class there. What other classes are coming up here then?
So just lots of things. So the baby moccasins class, we have the snowshoe hike, computer basics. So again, that's at the LCO Elder Center. Lots of things. So we did do something a little new. We do have a 6-month kind of calendar out. And I know it's really nice for participants to be able to plan for those dates. What we are doing though is we're kind of holding back registration. So on the 15th of the month prior, we'll open registration. So for instance, for classes for February, that registration is open now. Classes that are in March, that registration will open February 15th. So really excited. You'll see more of these flyers and posters hung up around the communities. And then we have had a lot of people still asking for virtual options. So we have included still Zoom classes. You'll see stuff in there for February for concho belts. That's Zoom. Intro to raising backyard poultry. We're going to have a session with you, I know, coming up on that, but those are virtual. So again, being able to reach a broader audience and share all of that information, in the virtual capacity is still highly beneficial.
Now, most of these classes are at no cost?
Correct. So again, the university is very fortunate that we do a lot of grant writing through our 1994 land grant status. We have access to different grants with the USDA National Institute of Food and Agriculture that do support a lot of our programming. The American Indian College Fund Traditional Arts Grant supports the programming, and again, to provide that education, that knowledge, again, creating something that your ancestors did, and be able to do that with your family, with your friends. Again, just a really powerful experience. And we really want to make sure that our participants, don't have to have any additional cost to do that.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. And I'll have to promote my own class. I do a class coming up here in February about how to use your cell phone in video production. A little more in-depth class on how to do that, because everybody carries a smartphone with them and they're always taking pictures and they're doing videos, and I just raise the bar a little bit beyond the amateur level for people at home. So, and the elder computer class went over very, very well. We had a few that kind of lost their excitement in there, but it was very exciting. A lot of people are asking for a new one in February, so I know we're working on that. So, elders, if you're watching, we'll get another laptop class. I hope working, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely on board to support it for sure.
A lot of fun. Well, Amber, thank you so much for stopping in this morning. I appreciate all that you do. My goodness, it's a whirlwind. And Callie, I just can't say enough for Callie, because she's really helped out a lot there.
Oh, Callie is amazing. She's definitely a wonderful, efficient, behind the scenes person who definitely deserves recognition, because we couldn't do it without her. That's for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Amber Marlowe, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you later.
Miigwech, Gigawabaman.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Amber Marlowe from the Extension office at the LCO